Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds. And I know most of us are probably really tired of it, and I can agree with that.
Three sources with direct knowledge tell TMZ lots of stars who attended the SNL events on Sunday night were confused as to why Blake and Ryan appeared at the show.
A project, and with husband Ryan Reynolds, one of the most bankable actors working in Hollywood today, comprises one of the most formidable couples in the industry.
Justin Baldoni's lawyer, Brian Friedman, is already celebrating his win by giving new statements to the press. Will the judge be mad?
The ongoing legal battle between Blake Lively, Ryan Reynolds, and Justin Baldoni has taken a dramatic turn, and it seems like the pressure is finally getting to Blake and Ryan. As Baldoni racks up major legal wins, Blake and Ryan appear to be in full panic mode, scrambling to salvage their reputations and careers. From HR complaints dismissed as nonsense to public pressure campaigns and awkward public appearances, things are not looking good for Hollywood's golden couple.
One, we haven't seen her publicly align herself with Blake Lively at all. Two, we don't have her making any on-the-record statements about her connection to all of this stuff. And three, we don't have her issuing a statement in support of Blake Lively or Believe Women or any of that. Like we saw that initially with a lot of people coming out in support of Blake, and then we see how that definitely came back to bite them in the butt. So we'll have to see what comes of it. But is this... If Blake Lively and her legal team had a strong case, do you think we would have seen it filed by now? I mean, the fact that they asked for an extension, they were given the weekend, and now we still don't have anything. Is that a bad sign for them?
Possibly. I mean, I think Stuart's right, though. I think that it's probably being wordsmith.
With the lawsuit intensifying, Baldoni's victories are starting to overshadow Blake and Ryan's defense strategy, leaving fans and industry insiders questioning just how much more damage the couple's careers can withstand. And with Hollywood reportedly turning its back on them, the stakes have never been higher.
Now, that's not to say that they were completely ignored. From what we've heard, there were people who were talking to them. Paul McCartney, strangely enough, was hanging out with them. But there were other people who actually avoided them, is what we heard, that were just didn't want to get into conversation with them.
Well, you can understand it. They're sort of radioactive. In one breath, Blake Lively is saying she was the subject of serious harassment.
Blake Lively's latest move to file a new HR complaint was instantly rejected by fans and critics alike, with many calling it the transparent attempt to shift focus away from the damning allegations and Baldoni's growing momentum. Instead of gaining sympathy, Blake's efforts have only fueled the narrative that she's grasping at straws to discredit Baldoni. This latest development has many wondering whether Blake's legal strategy is helping her case or making things worse.
A project, and with husband Ryan Reynolds, one of the most bankable actors working in Hollywood today, comprises one of the most formidable couples in the industry. They also go on in this article to talk about how Baldoni in Wayfair Studios would like to start every meeting by saying something that they're happy about, and other people's, and then one of the sources said, I don't know what it was about it, but it just disgusted me. You know, people like these high power executives and they make them share their feelings. It's like, oh my gosh. Is this all they have? You're like, wait, you're like looking under a rock. Like, do we have any other complaints? Yeah, they gave me my money back, but they were weird about it. It's hogwash. Here's a moment from my interview with Zach Peter, who covers Justin Baldoni and Blake Lively. Justin Baldoni made $300,000, and I think Blake Lively made $3 million, if I have that right. I think Jenny Slate was probably in the six-figure range for a couple weeks worth of work. Not exactly, Oscar caliber stuff. Again, I'm not blaming her for wanting a nice place with her baby, but she's the one who filed the complaint. So people are looking at this and they are confused. Here's Elsrich on TikTok saying, wait, what?
So let's make sure I got this right. Jenny Slate rents an apartment in New York, pays $15,000 deposit. She wants to move out of the apartment because it's not good enough for her and her son. She goes to Jamie Heath. Jamie Heath says, I get it. Motherhood is what's important. We don't know what the exact conversation.
In a misguided attempt to lighten the situation, Ryan Reynolds cracked a joke about the lawsuit during a recent appearance. While known for his quick wit, this time the humor completely backfired. Fans and fellow celebrities criticized him for making light of a serious legal matter, accusing him of arrogance and insensitivity. Instead of defusing tension, Ryan's joke added fuel to the fire, further alienating those who feel the couple is out of touch with reality.
Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds. And I know most of us are probably really tired of it, and I can agree with that because it feels like it is an endless charade, an endless level of tomfoolery. And the reason why I say tomfoolery is because of the video you're gonna see. Because actually, at the very beginning of the Baldoni Blake Lively case, I think the majority of us gave it a level of seriousness and gave it a magnitude, because obviously sexual harassment is no joke, so it was immediately a serious case, as far as we thought. Now, there are things that are coming out where I'm like, okay, so some of us already had doubts that this was partially a PR stunt or that things were being magnified.
Things took an even more humiliating turn when Blake and Ryan attended the FNL 50 celebration, only to be shunned by their peers. Reports claim several A-listers openly questioned their presence, making the event an awkward and isolating experience for the couple. This public snubbing has fueled speculation that Hollywood is distancing itself from the controversy, leaving Blake and Ryan increasingly isolated in an industry that once embraced them.
Justin Baldoni and Blake Lively, Ryan Reynolds singing. It's just, this is gold for content creators, because there is this like dichotomy that exists between like Hollywood celebrities and then like content creators and podcasters. I haven't heard a lot of people talk about this really, but there's like, there's a new kind of, there's a new game in town, right? There's a new game in town having to do with who has influence over the wider public, right? Because it used to just be movie stars. Like movie stars, if they were like, listen, 3 sources with direct knowledge tell TMZ lots of stars who attended the SNL events on Sunday night were confused as to why Blake and Ryan appeared at the show while they battle it out in court with Baldoni over drama surrounding the movie It Ends With Us. Right, yeah, like they're literally saying to themselves, bitch, you got caught pretending to, and think about this, dude. It's Hollywood, dude. Okay, if they let this slide from her, think about what that says about her. This is where Weinstein happened. The actual real need for Me Too was because there were straight up predators in Hollywood, like the worst predators ever.
With Baldoni's legal victories piling up, experts are questioning whether Blake has any realistic path to victory. Multiple attorneys have weighed in, suggesting that without a settlement, Blake could face a devastating loss in court. This leaves Blake and Ryan with a difficult choice: continue fighting and risk potential career implosion, or negotiate a settlement that could come with hefty financial consequences.
Listen on all your favorite streaming platforms. They're also on YouTube. They're here to help me break down all of this Blake Lively, Justin Baldoni legal saga. It has continued to unfold. I just want to be clear, we are taping this on Tuesday morning, February 18th, so we don't yet have the amended complaint with Blake Lively. It may drop during the recording of this, but just know all of the questions that we have is going to be more contextual background information. I have a lot of questions that I'm going to ask them about this entire case, so stay tuned for that. And yeah, hopefully we have an answer from Blake Lively soon. As you're listening to this, I'm on a plane to New York, so this is not live.
Justin Baldoni scored a major legal victory after presenting new evidence that reportedly undermines Blake's core claims. Some reports suggest Blake may have intentionally misrepresented certain facts surrounding their collaboration on It Ends With Us, raising questions about her credibility. With Baldoni gaining momentum, Blake's legal team is scrambling to recover, but the damage may already be done.
Justin Baldoni's lawyer, Brian Friedman, is already celebrating his win by giving new statements to the press. Will the judge be mad? Also, resurfaced video is showing Blake Lively really stole that cut from Justin Baldoni and Sony. Welcome to Popcorn Planet. I am Andy Signor. A lot came in today. We were going to go live, but honestly, I want to go live tomorrow to go through more of the evidence, which we're going to do. So make sure that subscribe. Didn't mean to tease you earlier. We were live for a while going through today's hearing, and I wanted to give you an update. A press conference was held afterwards with Brian Friedman. Here it is. Here's his comments. Will the judge be mad at this? Because in the hearing, as we previously just reported, the judge was clearly perturbed that he was still out there talking as much as he was. Other attorneys there told, Blake Lively's attorneys told TMZ, "We are pleased with the result of today's hearing and eager to move forward immediately with the discovery in this case. The court granted our request that all attorneys in the matter actually follow the rule of the law and not make any statements that could prejudice a jury. This case deals with serious allegations of SH and retaliation. We will hold the defendants accountable and we will be confident that once all the evidence is submitted in the matter, Miss Lively will prevail." Okay, well, we'll see. That's Blake Lively's side trying to declare it a win because, the judge did sort of say you must follow the law. But Justin Baldoni's team clearly also declaring the win, as TMZ is also reporting it, scored a legal win because there was no gag order placed.
The fallout from the North seat isn't limited to the courtroom. Sources claim that Blake and Ryan's reputations in Hollywood have taken a massive hit, with projects being quietly shelved and endorsement deals hanging in the balance. Reports suggest that no one wanted them at the recent SNL 50 event, further highlighting their declining influence. This isn't just about legal repercussions, it's about career survival, and right now, things are looking bleak.
From Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds, they're supposed to be adding names or evidence, who knows, but today is the due date, and it has to be done by 11:59 p.m. We have been waiting, but that doesn't mean the news hasn't stopped. Earlier, I reported, I think I was the first to report on Blake Lively speaking out for the first time, and she's talking about her SNL appearance, and it is complete delusion. She really thought that this would be her chance to step back into the spotlight. If you haven't checked it out, I will make sure I link it at the end of this. But as soon as I did that, well, then another bomb drops, and Taylor Swift no longer is speaking to Blake Lively, and not only that, she's ended their friendship.
Desperate to shift public opinion, Blake has reportedly been pressuring co-stars and industry friends to publicly support her. However, this move has backfired spectacularly, with some colleagues feeling manipulated and refusing to get involved in the drama. In Hollywood, forcing loyalty rarely ends well, and in Blake's case, it seems to be alienating more people than it's helping.
Justin Baldoni has made a comment about all of the backlash the movie received, and some of the drama between Justin and Blake. Hassan, who plays the husband of Jenny Slate's character, said that he can't speak to anyone else's experience, but he said that his experience was that everyone was professional and easy to work with. He said it was lovely and everybody was lovely, and afterwards he just ended up feeling a bit disillusioned and confused about everything that was happening in the news. He said it was a very strange, bizarre year, and that as a comic he was definitely laughing at a lot of moments, which we can totally understand.
That dancing scene that she presented in her first lawsuit, that it was very damning evidence against him, and then all of a sudden that video leaked and we could all see it. It was with audio, and all of us were like, what? That doesn't sound like what you were describing in your first lawsuit, and now they kind of changed it.
Having to break in Ryan's troubles, Megyn Kelly delivered a scathing critique during a recent speech, accusing the couple of using their star power to bully their way through the legal process. Kelly's remarks, combined with growing media scrutiny, have only intensified the pressure on Blake and Ryan to address the mounting contradictions in their case. With high-profile figures publicly calling them out, the couple's efforts to control the narrative are falling apart.
Because when they see our cute jeans, they're gonna want cute jeans. So I bought patches on Amazon. Honestly, I haven't seen them. They could be really ugly. People are like, there's an event, there's people coordinating this. I was like, it's fine. I'm ordering it from Amazon. I sent it to Colleen's hotel room. So we have cute flower patches, no pressure. But if you guys want to have
ruin your jeans and put on a flower patch, florals up for the DV movie. Oh my God, this woman is insufferable. What she will go to promote this movie.
Cute patches to put on your jeans so that we can Brandon has them for his Wranglers. I want to iron him on Brandon's pants, but he always has the cutest vintage Wranglers and Levi's. I don't think he'll.
Yeah, way to guilt trip him. You better put them on your Wranglers, your expensive jeans, Brandon, or you're not a supporter, and you won't get that.
While Blake is at the center of the lawsuit, Ryan's involvement and his handling of the fallout has become a problem of its own. Critics argue that his public appearances and offhand remarks are hurting Blake's defense, creating distractions when the focus should be on legal strategy. Some insiders suggest that Ryan's attempts to be supportive may be backfiring, making things worse for both of them.
And today we're going to talk, I know, about Blake and Ryan. Listen, in my defense, I was totally prepared to do a completely different topic, and I'm going to do more videos this week so we can talk about other stuff. But you guys did suggest, when I asked you on Instagram, what do you want to talk about? Overwhelmingly, you said Blake and Ryan at Saturday Night Live. And one topic that came up, which I thought was so good, is what to do when people don't like you. Like, do not like you. How do you deal with this? We all want to be liked. Even me, who has really leaned into being the villain, it hurts when people hate you. This was the worst look, dude. This was the worst fucking look, Ryan. And you know why he did it? Because he's a narcissist. And these people cannot help themselves. The narcissist always has to have the last word, right? And the narcissist physically cannot handle the idea that people don't like them, that they're the bad guy. If you don't believe me, let's go back in our mind palace with the men we've dealt with who didn't break up with us. No, they didn't break up with us because that might mean they're the bad guy. What did they do instead? Oh, destroy us emotionally, gaslight us, manipulate us, intermittently ghost us, just take us down so bad, we basically had to break up with ourselves. We left them. And then they're like, what? What?
With each new development, public opinion continues to swing in Baldoni's favor. His calm, measured approach contrasts sharply with Blake and Ryan's increasingly desperate moves, and firms are taking notice. Social media platforms are flooded with messages of support for Baldoni, with Nettie calling out Blake for what they perceive as dishonest tactics. It's clear that for now, Team Baldoni is winning both in and out of the courtroom.
People like Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively, boop, they are miles apart. They think they're like funny, everyone loves us, ha 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 ha. Okay, most of us, there's a Venn overlap. We want to be as close as possible, but there is some overlap. I'm a good person, I'm loyal, I'm funny. People be like, yeah, you are. And I'm humble, and I'm always giving the best advice. And I always take my own advice. Oh my God, does she think that about herself? Yeah, this is all of us. Like, that's fine. That's fine. This is our life's work, is to get that Venn overlapping. It's our life's work.
Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds are scramping to regain control of a legal battle that's spiraling out of their grasp, with Justin Baldoni securing huge legal wins, public sentiment turning against them, and Hollywood distancing itself from the drama. The once beloved power couple is facing a career crisis of epic proportions. Desperate HR complaints, failed PR stunts, and awkward public appearances have only made matters worse. And Ryan's attempts to inject humor into the situation have backfired spectacularly. Meanwhile, Baldoni's calm, evidence-based approach continues to earn him public and legal victories, leaving Blake and Ryan in panic mode.
I do think both of these people, Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds, though, have egos that barely fit on planet Earth.
I'm so confused and uncomfortable watching this. It's giving showing up to the wedding that you were never invited to. First of all, why is Ryan Reynolds trying to sound like Jim Carrey from Ace Ventura? I feel like every time he does a skit, he's like, "Hey, I'm Ryan Reynolds. What if you were, what? Oh yeah, I know I'm currently like ruining somebody's life, but I'm Ryan Reynolds, so I just need to come out here and be sarcastic and make jokes." I've never been more convinced that Ryan Reynolds is an actual psychopath. He becomes more and more unattractive and cringe every time I see him now. Then you have Blake fucking Lively showing up with her spray tan and her boobs propped up. Blake's just like, "Hello everyone. Khaleesi's here. I'm here with my dragon. Our life is perfect. Nothing's wrong. Basically saying, no fucks given. Yes, I am currently trying to ruin my coworker's life and career.
Ryan Reynolds, how's it going?
Great. Why? What have you heard? Yeah, okay. Well, my question is that, you know that the materials that they made the cone heads with, are those edible?
Edible? No, and based on them being made in 1975, I'd assume that they're highly toxic.
Oh, okay. So if somebody, hypothetically took a couple of nibbles backstage and, got excited, should they go to the hospital or should they?
The question now is simple. Can they recover? Or has this legal nightmare permanently damaged their reputations beyond repair? With the stakes higher than ever, all eyes are on the next chapter in this explosive saga. And if the current trajectory is any indication, Justin Baldoni isn't just winning, he's dominating.